Yeah, I know. You're like, come join us. I'm like, okay, let's do this. I mean, it's like talking to a friend anyway, so.
We love you.
Oh.
I know, I watch every episode, by the way. I'm caught up.
Hey,
What?
nice. That's
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
Hey.
I have so many good things to say.
Yay!
Alright, hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to East of Anime, a podcast where we talk about anime. Hey, how you doing? Right here on my right is Helen 3D. She's one of your hosts. Just below us is Panda. She is going to be one of your other hosts today. Helen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Fabulous.
I see your nose. How are you?
I'm making sure the sound is good. Panda, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you? As we already said, how are you?
I'm fabulous.
See, we're all good.
We're gonna be snorters today, aren't we?
Oh gosh.
Oh dear.
Alright.
Today, aren't we?
Oh gosh.
Oh, double checking. Sorry.
If only
No,
the sound levels
he's
actually
making sure
work.
the sound is working.
Okay.
Yes. So, let me see. Is anybody in chat right now? Anybody?
I don't know, Tro is blowing us up right now on the Discords.
Hey, can anybody
And
in
if there's
chat
a
hear
color
us?
that you
Can
want, let me know.
I think my sound level is kind of weird.
I would love to do lights like that. I've been looking them up and stuff. But
How much did you pay for our lights? They were pretty cheap, right?
Yeah, well, they're ghetto.
They're ghetto from Walmart.
from
he
Walmart, that's what I
Yep.
was thinking.
said. They work though. They look.
That's good.
cool.
Yeah, no. I know. I was thinking about buying like the good ones from
Hey, Twig, can you hear me? Okay, on the stream right now. Just out of curiosity, entirely out of curiosity. I don't have an objective source of information. Helen's not very good at this.
You know what? Oh, he's starting it already. Let's go. Rude.
Oh, I'm echoey.
Echo.
You don't sound echoey.
How
on
about now? Do I sound? Well, that's because you guys are listening to me on Discord. How about now? Do I sound? Well, that's because you guys are
The
listening.
difference.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that today. So hey guys, how you doing today? Woo, I sound better. So welcome to East of Anime. We're a podcast to talk about anime, as you may or may not already know. Today we have a guest with us, Panda. She's just below me right here.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, Panda.
Yes. Yeah, Panda, I understand you do a little bit of work at NDK. Do you want to go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Panda. I am a Japanese major down at UNM in Albuquerque. I help with NDK. I work I help control the lines there. I'm a line control worker. Well, things are going to change, but I was the team lead for the registration lines, so I know a lot of the registration people too, which is kind of cool. But that's where I got my nickname Panda, because I was running around in panda suits, and they're like, "Hey, where's that panda girl?" I'm like, "Oh, well, that's my name now."
That is the kind of thing that would give you a nickname.
Right, it is, and I'm like, I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not.
Well, yeah, and I work at Starbucks right now, just as like school, and they even call me Panda, so that's just kind of fun stuff. I'm from Denver, Colorado, born and raised.
Ooh.
So this is the longest I've been away from home because of COVID.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. But living away from home is just really different, like period. So yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I have a boyfriend and lots of family, and my boyfriend's half Japanese, so I like grew up in America, like, and I've known him since I was in kindergarten. So this is a fun story.
It's all for the anime.
Yeah.
That's
Since
so cute.
it is, and it wasn't until he realized that I was in the dating scene that he's like, "Oh, I don't want her to go anywhere. I want her in my life." And so I'm like, "Yeah, I'll date you."
Nice.
That's great. I love that.
So-
How
story.
wholesome.
Aww.
How wholesome. It's very cute. So yeah, I grew up in their household, and so I'm Japanese, I'm half Japanese.
as much as for sure.
But I grew up in the culture, so that it just It's stuck.
I
Love
ate lots of
anime.
Asian food growing up, so I feel
I
it.
eat lots of Asian food today. Oh, was it today? No. I made curry recently.
That's
every
fair.
once in a while, I have to go down to Albuquerque for on-camera stuff. So I would love to come see you.
Yeah, totally. I have a bed. You could just stay here,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just stay here.
I miss you all.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm like, I have an extra bed.
Well, so guys, today we're gonna be talking about an anime we watched. We all watched this week. Some of us may have watched it last week. I don't know. I watched it this week. Where it's called Jujutsu Kaisen. Also, Helen, did I ask you how you were today?
You did.
Did I? Okay. I'm tired. I worked this morning. So we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Don't you wake up at like 3 to work sometimes?
Yeah, that's my everyday. Woo!
You work at the post office, so it's
Yeah, I do mornings, so we open at 5.
Yeah.
So you have to be there at 4.
I love it.
Oh, I used to. This one's 5. I have to be there at 5, but still, I get up
nice.
early.
Okay.
I have a dog. Have to take care of that first. So.
Yeah.
Helen, what did you think? Let's just jump right into Jujutsu Kaisen. Also, as a side note, well, we'll talk about that later. We'll jump right into Jujutsu Kaisen. What did you think of Jujutsu Kaisen?
My first impression was like, I really thought it was. I was like, wait, what's happening? Why is he like gonna die? And then like when they went into the story, I thought it was really cool how they developed that after the fact.
We talked about did we talk about this? That's a very common writing
It's a
technique.
tool, yeah.
That's called a cold open.
This is the story of how I died.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Sorry, that just reminded me of Tangled.
Because
That's how Flynn starts. Yes, yeah. In the first scene, this is the story of how I died.
That's so hardcore. I didn't realize this.
I'm also a Disney fan. Awesome. Hardcore.
Same.
Yeah.
That makes 2 of us. So
2 of us, only 2 of us. Okay.
so Jujutsu Kaisen. Let me. Okay, Panda, what did you think? Give me your thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen.
Again, at first, I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having a lot of hard time getting into newer animes because of just how the way things are and how what grabs people nowadays versus what grabbed me when I was watching anime all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, let's do this, and I bared through. But I actually genuinely liked it. Story was slow enough to catch my attention to understand what was going on, but then like it kept me hanging and like, okay, let's see what's next. So definitely like binge watched the first like 8 episodes and then like had to slow it down. Like, okay, I don't know what's going on anymore.
I watched the first 11 episodes. I thought
we're not caught up.
I thought perhaps that was everything they made. Because that's all that was on. Was it Crunchy? Was it on Crunchyroll that was watched? Yeah, I think it was on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Okay.
That was all that was on Crunchyroll. There was only 11 episodes, and my assumption was that they didn't have any more, and it was going to be like one more episode, in a few weeks. But I assume there's actually 16 episodes or something like that. Is that right?
I think we just did 16 right now. I think it
Yeah,
was the one that got released
16 is
today.
the one I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, episode 16. I just watched that today. Yeah.
Okay, so we watched up to 11.
Okay.
So we're a little bit
Oh,
behind.
even. Awesome. Hang on. I'm really ahead, so I have to figure out where you guys stopped.
And whilst you're doing that, let me see if I can sum up
Okay.
a little bit, bring together what Jujutsu Kaisen was about.
Is about.
What happens. Not maybe it's about, but what happens in the first 11 episodes. So, essentially, we have a world in which there are things called curses and cursed objects. And so a curse is kind of the embodiment of some negative emotion or some
Or soul.
some bad, like negative or
Bad juju.
bad juju. Yeah, the embodiment of the bad juju. So you have cursed objects, several of which in this show are actually the fingers of some kind of is it a curse or is it just a person?
He's a curse.
He is a curse. His fingers are a curse.
Yeah,
his fingers are part of him because
was it?
And he had
four
hands.
He wasn't like an original. He was originally like he's a four-armed person or a four-armed curse, and so all of his fingers are off, and so the fingers are themselves cursed objects. And then all of the negative thoughts, the curses, they usually manifest themselves as like some kind of strange like monster, gooey like eyeballs and mouths and things monster that comes out of the walls or the ceiling, and tries to eat the cursed objects to become more powerful. So in this world where curses are weird gooey monsters that try to eat people, there is a group of people called the sorcerers. Am I wrong? Oh, wizards? Sorcerers? Something like that.
No, not wizards. It's
sorcerers.
Sorcerers.
Yeah.
They're
sorcerers.
sorcerers. And they use Jujutsu, which is the manipulation of like what they call cursed energy, where they can like shoot energy balls and like they get special skills and they can like they become like they do like some superhero stuff, right? Except they have weird special skills. Like one of the characters can summon little cursed monsters and wolves and like flying what have used to help him do whatever he wants. The main character, he is developing his cursed power. And the sorcerers they try to destroy all the curses. The primary plot of the show is there is a really nasty curse that one of the main character of the show, he eats one of the fingers of this cursed creature, and gains a bunch of power. He doesn't know how to use it yet, but the cursed creature that he eats the finger of then possesses him, but because he's special, it can only possess him like if he lets it, and it's like a horrible malevolent thing that wants to kill everybody. So basically he can kind of switch on and off of letting this creature possess him, and their goal is he starts working for the wizard or the sorcerers. He's going to eat all of the fingers of this creature, and then he's going to die, because if he eats all the fingers and dies, then it will kill the cursed monster or the cursed creature.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right. That's kind of what thoughts on that. Helen?
Where are you? Panda.
Oh.
I'm like, wait, where is she in the chat?
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool. I like the development, as I said, like with characters. They did a really good job as setting it up as like other animes that I've watched recently. It's like just get into it and then they go. I'm like, I don't know, I can't watch that. It has to grab me. I do like it. Kind of reminds me of Soul Eater a little bit, about eating something to get better possession, like that. Sure. But I just think I love Soul Eater, so that was like a good like connection on that one. I have a lot of connections. Yeah. It's just because he's like a special person that like can eat it, but then like survive it. Like that's also something that not everyone can do too. Right. Yeah. And that's kind of his thing. As they said, I think they said that. So he eats the finger and he can control this monster. And they said that it would take he said something like there wouldn't be another person born that could do that kind of thing by chance for like 1,000 years. So he's very special. He can control. Very special. Although that's a very strange special random. Skill. It was random. It was by random.
I like that it was random. So like in the beginning, I was like, okay, what's happening? And then when he was like, if I eat the finger, I might be able to save my friends.
Right, because of Fushigi Guru, he tells him, or Megami, whatever, they're both the same name.
Yeah.
Tells him like they try to eat it to get more powerful. He's like, oh, what would happen if I eat it? Would I get more powerful? Will I be able to save my friends? And so he's like, let's take a chance. Which, what I really also like about it is the it has funniness to it too. It's like, oh, this finger's disgusting, and then he's like, here we go.
So gross. It's so gross. When he eats it, I was like, oh.
I know, right? It's like, oh, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, It is my chance.
It is wacky. It does have an interesting tonal switch here and there throughout the show. It does. What is another show that does this? So it has very serious tones sometimes, but especially one of the more serious characters in it. Who's the teacher with the blindfold?
I like him.
Gogu.
Gogu.
Goguro.
Yeah.
I like
Goguro.
him a lot.
Yes, Goguro Sensei. He's my favorite.
So
oh my
he's,
god.
he's interesting because he is essentially a very serious character who's, I think, one of the most powerful sorcerers in the world.
Yes.
And he is a goofball. And that's funny. That's very interesting. What do you think of that kind of a mix-up for characters? I see you back there, Sam.
Hey, see you back there, Sam. He said. I love that they were able to execute that well, because like putting comedy to something serious is a skill.
Sure.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, so the way they did it was so beautiful and so fun, and I just and like the ending credits, I could not skip the ending credits.
Oh yeah. That also so that also reminded me of Fushigi Yugi and just the way they did that as well.
It was so fun. It was so out of the realm.
It felt like an iPod commercial almost.
Right, but in Fushigi Yugi they did that too, like
did they?
outside. Yeah, so they actually did like background scenes, and like some of them were like in the voice studio, but with the characters of their voices, and then they just like some conversations, just like bring it like background and like
You're
by the
making
way,
me want to watch this anime.
you should watch it.
Enough,
Fushigi
Panda.
Okay, guys, Fushigi Yugi is #1 anime in the world. No, I'm just kidding.
That's an endorsement. Dang.
But it is my favorite
ending
anime.
was really well done. It was enjoyable. It was fun. I love the splash of color. I feel like they really understood the autonomy of a character, and they were able to do that in the simplistic of forms while still giving that splash of color, which it caught me. I loved it.
Yeah, because like I feel like it brought more of like honest characteristics and made him more human, because we could be serious when we need to be, like at work, like you see the serious side of someone all the time, but then you're like, oh, this person could be funny too. Oh, okay. And so like I loved that they brought that into an anime as well. So
yeah, no, that's totally fair, and it's interesting because he is a character who at several points seems like he is a little bit I'm not going to say lacking morals or amoral, because he's talking to at the beginning he's talking to somebody about like the problem with the elders or whatever, and he's like, hey, no, I could just kill them all, but that would make it so everybody would dislike me and they wouldn't want to like follow me. That's a very apathetic view of this whole situation, but that's fair. That's probably true.
Right.
But then he is very goofy. So it's interesting. It's an interesting balance. Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite characters.
Yes, mine too. Sure. His eyes are so pretty.
They're so pretty. They are so pretty.
I feel like that just reminded me of like Naruto with Kakashi and his mask and his one eye. Just wait to reveal them until the perfect moment where they could just do it so perfectly. So.
What's the girl's name? Like with the red hair, she's in the ending. She's hilarious. I love how much of a badass she is.
So the ending credits scheme you're talking about. So those that actually went on to one of the top it was on the top ending credit scenes. I didn't win, I don't think, but it was nominated for an award on Crunchyroll.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I saw all of them before. I'm like, I don't know any of these animes, but that was like the first one that I watched on that list. And I thought, I'm like, oh, that's what this is from. As soon as I watched it, so I thought that was really cool. I know her name. I can know her name.
You'll pronounce it better than I can.
Kugisaki is her last name. Kugisaki.
Okay.
So Alan, what were your overall thoughts for this show? What did you think of it overall? Good thoughts, bad thoughts.
For the most part, I felt very on edge.
Okay.
I felt like, what's gonna happen next? It kept my interest. I really liked liked his discovery. I liked how they made him sit and watch freaking movies because they're like, no, you're not there yet. Like, I liked that development of his character because I felt he was very innocent, and it gave me the sense that they were really putting forth the effort to make him work for it. I felt like the main character had to work for it, and I feel like some animes jump around and they're like, oh no, they don't have to work for it. Boom, it's there. Like, he had to work for it, and I appreciated that, I guess, is how I felt. And the movie theater scene, and like, and then like him like becoming friends with the guy who's like friends with the curse that was killing people. It's like, and then he turned into one of them, and it was like,
Yeah, it was so sad.
It was the feelings. It really grasped at those feelings, and I appreciated that.
As I said, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Just like how they brought like everything into it. Like I think it had a great mixture of both, not both, but all of aspects of just everyday life, not feeling welcomed, bullying. Like I even like that bully sheet that they passed out. I hit pause and I read that thing. I'm like, ooh, just they are putting so much into things. Just like they were a movie club. The guy who was in the movie club, and then they're being bullied by people who just because there's only 3 people in the movie club. Nerds are just being overpowered a lot more sometimes. A lot nowadays in general. I see it so often, and it makes me sad. But at the same time, we're ruling the world lately, so just putting all the aspects into everything. So like we haven't had much romance yet, but there's
an opportunity for that.
There's a few opportunities. Guys, keep watching. But yeah,
what do
so
you
like
feel
just
like Big Bad Moon?
Well, so okay, and if you keep an eye on my voice, anybody, I'm trying to make sure it's actually adjusting. I've been having a problem with the echoiness. I don't know why, but I thought this subplot with I don't know if I guess I would call it a subplot because it seems like it's going to be pretty important to the main story. Who's the kid who's like the movie club kid?
Oh God, R? Is it an R name?
No, hang on.
Am I totally off base here?
His name is
So this guy, he's got a very interesting kind Yoshinos. So
Yoshino, yeah.
Yoshino, he's got a very interesting kind of conflict going on, and I like how they're making it. They're pairing him up with one of these main kind of bad guys, which is seemingly like the embodiment of all like hatred for other humans or all bad emotions towards other humans, and that's really interesting. I enjoy the pair up. There's actually a thing I feel about this whole anime. There's a lot of of the primary things that are the primary plots that are pretty well constructed. It's fun. I feel like I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it a lot, but I don't know. I'm not like grabbed by it. I don't know why though. I guess I'd have to think about that more. I actually just finished watching it like at 2 p.m. today, which was like 2 hours ago.
So you're still digesting.
I'm still digesting it a little bit. I don't know. I think maybe if they I feel like this is one that season 1 would be good and season 2 would be really good, because by then you'd kind of be in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, as I said, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, unfortunately.
Sure.
Shame.
Yeah. Shame.
I got really into it. Shame.
Usually I'm like really ahead, and I'm like, oh, yeah, my bad.
Well, it's kind of good. So they kind of did season 1 in 3 parts. As of right now.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yes. So I think you guys got.
I feel like we're at 2 parts, sort of.
You're almost done with part 2. You're almost done. So in part 1, it's like all development, and
right.
they did a good job of that. The character introductions were great, which is very rare for me to see it in an anime nowadays. And it just let in, and the storyline was good. Part 2 was when it was 3 months later in the movie theater scene. Or 1 month later? 1 month later in the movie
1
theater
month
scene.
later, yeah.
Yeah. And that was like him developing the powers and learning, okay, what can I actually do, and how his teacher is actually teaching him. I want more of that. That would be so amazing to see a little bit more of that if they can. But where I'm at right now in the third part, it kind of just reminds me of Yu Yu Hakusho, is like all the training and then a big battle. So right now in part 3, they're getting ready for like a
Battling
test,
up.
battling it up between different sorcerers. Is what's going on right now.
Arena arc. Woo!
Yeah.
The all-powerful arena arc.
Yep, exactly. So that's what's going on. Where I just finished is working on that, and there's greatness in that as well. Have you guys met Panda Senpai yet?
No. Oh yeah, Panda Senpai. Yes. I love Panda Senpai.
Are we just talking about the panda?
Yes.
Hey, come on.
Panda
I have
Senpai.
to.
Oh,
was
that's fair. This was the perfect show for you to review.
So wait.
I know, right?
Who was the other guy who can only speak in fish talk?
Fish talk.
Huh? Did we watch
You
the
know
same
what
show?
I'm talking about.
Snack
Yes.
talk. He only.
What is snack talk? I don't know.
So he just does.
Oh, he
ingredients.
only can speak in
That's
ingredients
speaking
to
in-
like
yeah.
rice.
Oh, ingredients.
Pudding or
That's
something
right.
Rice
like
He
balls.
says-
Rice
Rice
balls?
balls. I think so.
He says salmon a lot.
That was
Yeah, he
really
does say salmon a lot.
that was really silly because
Yes.
there was
those
like at the very first scene we met him, somebody like they said they were having some conversations and they were all three standing there looking at the character, and one of them was like, I can't believe that, and the other person was like, I know, that's incredible, and then the third person was like, rice balls, or like rice like dry pressed rice or something like that, and I was like,
Yeah.
why is he
Yeah.
like this is so weird.
It
was
talks
so
more
weird,
into
but
it.
if you
You're not
focus
there
on
yet.
what
I'm not
he's
there yet.
saying, It's
No, you're not
actually
there yet.
really interesting. I like when I was dissecting what he was saying. I was like, "Oh, that's
It's so
really like that's the imagery. That's like
Yeah. So
he only
I
speaks
mean,
in
I
rice
could
ingredients.
spoil it for you, but
That's fine.
unless you want to watch.
I'm actually kind of vaguely tempted to keep watching, and I've enjoyed it enough. Enough for that. But yeah, that was a fascinating character. So, Helen, what do you think? Who do you think your favorite character? What's your favorite character?
so the blind guy. Like I voted for him on Crunchy.
Oh, did you? Yeah, that's fair.
I did. I voted for him.
Okay, what do you think the weakest aspect of this particular show is?
Let me think. I feel like sometimes I wanted it to progress a little faster, and then other times I was like, okay, wait, slow down. What just happened? So I felt like there was a little bit of a disconnect in timing.
Sure.
Just sometimes, but like there are certain things like we talked about the movie theater scene. I was really I was really engaged with that.
Yeah.
I was really interested. I felt like they built up that relationship with the main character really well, because like I felt bad when the shit happened to him, but I would have liked to know more, if that makes sense.
Interesting, yeah. Panda, what do you think the kind of the weakest aspect of the show was?
I think I kind of agree with Helen. It was like more, like it could. I feel like there should be more sometimes. Like you said, like it goes slow, but then like I want it to fast up, but they could work on something to more explain it a little bit better. Like as I said, like the training part, like it's just 1 month later, and that's all we got. And then it went straight into just him working on the field with another teacher, with what he's learned so far. So like
interesting, yeah. No, that's fair. Maybe this is how I'm feeling, because I was just thinking about this. There are parts of the show that I was really engaged and that I felt really like in the show and I was following very closely. And then there were parts where I was a little bit, sitting back and just letting it happen, and it was not super, it was not drawing me in. And that generally, when that happens in a show, that generally tends to be when the scene is not driven by what the characters' motivations in the scene are, and when the scene is not structured around them trying to achieve their goal. That's when it tends to be a little bit like, what's going on? Like, why is, you're not really drawn into the scene because there's nothing actually happening. I think there are a number of scenes that are part of, the plot of this main character getting his powers and getting, figuring his stuff out and learning and, progressing that plot. And then there are some scenes that are a little bit looser that don't necessarily... Like, I think, honestly, or a lot of that first arc, well, I guess I'd have to think about it, but maybe didn't feel like it was as engaging because maybe it was not being directed as strongly by the characters' motivations, just fighting monsters. What are your thoughts on that, Helen?
Well, I was thinking, like, questions for you.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Hit me with
I get
questions.
What you're saying.
I'm partially digesting it.
I was curious as to what you thought the overall like art style and how you felt about like the way they do the angles. Because like I'm always interested in how they utilize angles in production. Yeah. So, what did you feel? Like, did it hit? Did it not? Like,
I mean,
why?
I quite enjoyed the art style itself. I thought it was pretty solid. Had some pretty good effects. I didn't notice. I think maybe there was only one moment of obvious CG. I can't remember what it was. I think I remember one moment of it. But like overall, the art style was really good. I think the motion was really good. Although they do that thing that I feel like where a character just like disappears and then they reappear somewhere else and they're like, oh wow, he's so fast. It's like, that's just teleporting. That's not fast. In a way, that's fast, but it's just teleporting. I don't know if it counts.
Well, you don't see like the movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see where
It's faster than light.
Literally.
So I don't know. But no, yeah, the pretty good action, pretty good character design. One thing I did very distinctly notice were the three main characters in the beginning, the young characters, all have very, very nicely constructed silhouettes, which is a very, very important thing for anime. Their hair, very distinct. Easy to see on screen.
Do you ever notice like the way that they do like angles, like
that's an interesting question.
The way they do the point of view, because like to me like that can make or break a story for me.
Sure.
Because I'm like, I like how they went in and did this like little rotation on the character, or like there's like little moments that tell more of a story for me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean. So, and this is an interesting thing because this is, I would say as a writer, especially if you're a screenwriter. Actually, we were literally having this conversation earlier. As a screenwriter, you're not supposed to worry about that because that's not your job. Where the camera's going to sit is not your job. How they're going to film the thing and how people are going to move it. It's not your job. You write the script and that's what you do. So from the perspective of like screenwriting, you don't pay attention to that. But as an artist, as a visual artist and as somebody who does, camera stuff, that's really important stuff and that's really interesting stuff. I don't think I noticed anything that like popped out to me. I didn't notice anything bad, so they at least did most things right.
You can't see the screen behind me, by the way.
Do you have anime playing on your screen behind you?
I have the ending credits to Jujutsu.
Oh, do you? They were fun. It's like an iPod commercial from the early 2000s.
I thought that was
great.
I have so much about the ending too. It's like.
Go,
yeah.
tell.
Oh, I thought it was interesting because like I never expected just the way they did Gojo Sensei, like how they implemented him in that part and the way him dance. I'm like, I didn't see him as that type of person. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Like they portrayed him differently in the ending credit than he did in normal.
Interesting. How did they do him in the ending credits? Is he the one dancing, or is he one of the one?
He's one of the one dancing.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's
the third one dancing,
doesn't he?
Yeah, he's the one who's by his glasses. They made him like more hip hop than he seems in the anime, like at all. Like,
well, he's a goofball.
Like it really grounded the characters.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really different take, and I think it made you feel differently about the characters even moving forward.
Right. Yeah. So. No. And then we knew he was a goofball, so I just.
Right. Yeah. No. Totally.
Yeah. So.
No. That's a lovely. I think that's a lovely way. That's what the ending credits are for. You know, in anime, you wanted to give the audience a little random something. Maybe it's got something to say about the characters. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just a goofy thing. This is the same thing in manga or in comics, Western comics.
Right.
You know, splash pages and insert artwork. It doesn't have to be about the story. The artwork after the comic's over. You know, it can just be fun stuff that maybe speaks to the character. Let's do this. First of all, best girl. I think best girl is definitely the blind teacher. What was his name again? I can't remember.
We always pick a dude for best girl.
Girl. Don't tell the people the rules. If you tell people the rules, it's not fun.
It's funny now. I'm like, oh, it's like I was a little confused. I'm like, wait, that's not a girl.
What's his name? Everybody, forget you heard this.
Gojo.
Gojo
Sensei.
My Gojo Sensei that's my vote for best girl.
Nice. I would agree with that. Who's best waifu though?
Waifu. God, what's the other Gojo Sensei's buddy? Who's the other teacher with the weird glasses?
I almost feel like that kid who was like being bullied is like best waifu.
Oh,
because like even at the very end of his when he becomes a monster, he tries to save him, and it's so sweet.
I appreciate that, but I feel like he's got a long way to go before he's ready for a serious commitment like that. Okay.
I mean, okay, fine.
So.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say what's Gojo Sensei's friend with the weird glasses?
Oh, yeah. But he hit us at the same time. We're like, oh, him!
Yeah, we did. It was great. What's his name? Man, I'm really bad at this game.
You're not as bad at me. I'm horrible at this game.
I literally had to write Goju Sensei's name down so I can
me too.
Remember it. And you still can't. Okay, never mind.
Well, yeah, I know. I had to write it down the 5th time you told me. So.
Where's that teacher? He's not a teacher, but he kind of is.
No, he's a
businessman.
He's the businessman.
Oh wow, yeah, Helen, you're glowing a little bit.
You're glowing.
I'm looking stuff up. Okay.
I mean, I can glow too.
Oh jeez. If I opened a browser, I could probably glow.
Although best girl could be Panda.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have I don't know about that. Panda. He hasn't really said anything. I don't know what kind of.
He's always Kento
Watch
Nanami?
episode 16, guys. He has backstory.
His name is Kento Nanami.
There you go. Oh, there it is.
Although he's definitely the type to be like really stern. I don't know if actually that might be a really like one-sided marriage.
Well, I mean, he almost comes across as one-sided, but then like the give that he gives.
Right,
later,
he is clearly a very caring person, and he is dedicated.
You saw
to
his backstory, so yeah, for sure. Like just how in the end of that is like, yeah, I helped her. Just thank you.
Mm-hmm,
like he's just like, thank you.
Okay.
Like, you had to move all over that.
I think that's those are my votes. All right. Do you guys have a Panda? Do you have any final thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen for the night?
For the night, I think there's more potential goodness to come out of it.
Who would you recommend this show to?
I've been recommending it to most people lately.
To most people?
Yeah, because I'm like, as I said, like it's hard for me to get into a newer anime.
Sure.
Like I've been trying for a long time, and I just think it's just a perfect pace. And so if you're used to older animes, this is actually not a bad one.
Oh, nice.
To get into for a newer generation.
That's fair. That is very good. That's a very good one. Hallen, and do you have any final thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen?
I agree. I watch a lot of newer anime. Nothing has grasped me as much as this. I mean, ReZero has, but besides ReZero.
And Made in Abyss.
And Made in Abyss. Oh my god, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm biting at the bit. Have you seen Made in Abyss?
No, not yet.
Go watch it. It's so great. And then go read the manga because that's also
so
good.
It looks chibi, but it's dark.
So the show is based on a manga. Of course, it is.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
so the show is based on a manga, and the person who wrote the manga also did the art, and they're really good at both being an artist and being a writer, which is a crazy rare combination.
Yes.
And the show is pretty spot on accurate to the manga. So
nice.
Wonderful.
Which is also something that I look forward to and a lot as well, which is why I'm actually liking the new Fruits Basket. So
I have not watched it. I watched the old one. I have not watched the new one. I watched an episode, and then they were doing different camera shots. They were different
camera shots.
And I liked it. I liked it, but I didn't go past the first episode.
Actually, she wouldn't let anyone who worked on the old, the artist wouldn't let anyone who worked on the old Fruits Basket work on this new one. In Japanese.
So cool.
Yeah, no one. She hated everything they did about it, so she said, no, you're not allowed to work on it.
She hated it, but it was such a good story.
The anime.
You guys straight up lost me. There's a Fruit Basket?
Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket.
This is an anime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. Who are you?
I don't know, for a second.
Hey, introduce yourself again.
For a second, I thought you guys started talking about like fruit baskets for like IndieK or something, and I was like, what the hell's happening?
No, it's an anime.
It's an anime. You won't understand. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. No. Funny story. Sorry about that. I went and I bought a bag for Fruits Baskets. It's like a Loungefly looking bag.
Okay.
And I told them, like, hey, I want the Fruits Baskets bag because they're selling merch again because they are reamping the anime.
Sure.
And they're like, the what? And I'm like, that purple one up there.
Oh, no.
That one.
And I'm like, uncultured swines.
Oh, that's hard. That's hardcore.
God, I love you. Uncultured swines.
Okay. So, Hallen, did you...
Joe is laughing over here, too. He's like
I
dying.
can hear him.
Hallen, who would you recommend this anime to? A first-time viewer? Question mark?
Yes. I think a first-time viewer would get it. I think it would be... I think the pace would be good enough.
Right.
That they would be able to get intrigued enough to watch this. I would not recommend it to anybody under, like, 14.
Yes, that's fair. That is entirely fair. I guess it would depend on the person for me.
But it's not, like, sexual. It's not weird. Like, I think a 14-year-old would get it.
Sure, yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, I think, I would say that, depending on the person, you could do if this is a first-time anime, if they were okay with that kind of, it's a little bit violent, it's a little bit gory and like weird in a
bullying. It covers a lot of topics too.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, it actually does. I'd maybe, it's because it's actually, as far as the writing and the content and the art and everything goes, it's pretty good. And we're at like a little bit less weird not. I guess it's not that weird. I would say first, second time viewer of anime, as long as they were into the general genre. If they were into if it was somebody who watched or read or listened to or what have you, like crime fiction or something like that, or true stories of crime or something, and they wanted to get into anime, this would be kind of interesting, especially if they like ghosts and monsters and Japan's weirdness. I would definitely recommend it to him.
You just offended Panda.
No, I love Japan.
I was going to say, do you disagree that Japan is very weird?
It is a very weird place, and I love it.
We all know this.
No, I was just being a shit. It's culture.
It is very much so culture. So, yeah.
Not that we.
I think they did a great job. I say 14 too, because as I said, like high school.
Story
is in this.
Yeah, I think like high schoolers now would still get it. Like I think they grab on to aspects of that. Like,
sure.
Am I the bully? Am I an asshole? Am I the film kid? Like, who am I? And then how do I present myself? And I love that juxtaposition, because I feel like it can cause people to ask the serious questions in and of themselves. And like, I'm all about that psychology.
Right. Yeah, no, totally. But yeah, no, I think I generally agree. I think it's one I would pretty much recommend to anybody. Okay, so with that, we've had final thoughts, all that. That is how we felt about Jujutsu Kaisen. So, what exactly, and I know we got on a little bit early because we were talking about stuff, but what are we going to watch next time for this coming show? I can't remember.
Are we going to watch the one she keeps telling us about?
Uh-oh. What was the one? What is it?
Fishy?
Yeah.
Can we please? Oh my gosh, I would totally love to.
Do you want to be on the next show?
Can I?
Yeah.
Totally do this as often as you let me.
What is the shishi Gesundheit? I'm so clever.
You, Jake. I love you so much.
I'm very clever. Trust me.
Fushigi Yugi.
Oh yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
I wrote that down earlier.
Fushigi.
I just circled it.
He's also
Yugi.
a game developer. He's doing a game.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
You gotta check it out.
Oh, I would love to. Yeah, my boyfriend's a huge gamer, so.
I just set up.
Yeah.
I just set up the coffee.
Coffee?
Which is kind of like Patreon.
Okay, yeah, I
but
know.
But not as like overbearingly corporate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Fushigi Yugi, I would love to. Oh my gosh, I have so much.
Okay. Pitch Fushigi Yugi to me. Go.
Oh my lord. There's everything in it. There's mysterious. That's it. No,
Gazelle.
What year?
Oh my gosh. So the manga started in like 1998, 95.
Okay.
Like older. The anime started to come out in 2000, and like it's just older. She's my favorite artist as well. Yu Atatse is #1 favorite. She did. I'm trying to think of like Alice 19. I will read all of her mangas, all of them. She is my #1 person.
Troy's like,
I'm trying to. I can't pitch it under pressure.
He has some of them. I have some of the manga apparently.
I have all of the manga over
she said,
here.
I have all of the manga.
I know. It has heartache. It has, again, high school, like, hard stuff going on. Like, a girl who's trying to figure out culture, mother pressuring a girl to, like, be very, very... He's looking. Very, into, like, school and, like, you need to find a future for yourself. And but she's like, I'm a teenager. I'm 14. Let me do my thing. And then she gets sucked into another world and learns like just another culture within herself.
14.
Like, I'm a
I love
14,
that.
15. Yeah, so
at 14 she should be moving into the city and getting a job.
Man, if you told me that as a 14-year-old, I'd say you're crazy and agree with you, but then also not really. 14-year-old Panda was not she was not a happy person. But like, and I think this is around the time that I started reading it, was when I was 14 too, actually, in middle school. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. it just brings like in some romance and then struggles and just the things that happen to it with like a little bit of mystery and um again funny, like characters are
Sure.
very
or
yeah
curious play is what it means.
mysterious
Oh, I
play.
like
Fushigi
that.
mean mysterious, Yugi
I
is
like
play.
that play on names.
Yep, Fushigi Yugi, mysterious play.
Oh, that's so cool.
It yeah,
Because
and
I
it
love
has
like acting and art and like.
right,
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
Also,
Okay.
yeah, look at more Uetatse stuff. She's really good. She's my favorite artist.
Shit,
as I
I
just said.
have seen this one. This I think might be at your mom's house.
Yeah, it's
As I
a
said.
very old it's a very old style.
Mm-hmm. And
1995. You were right.
oh, yes. Sorry, I got excited. But she just goes on this adventure. It's like, and then her friend comes with her, and then like there's conflict between that, and like just little things that like high schoolers like, oh, you like the same guy I like, so I'm going to be your worst enemy now, type of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm definitely selling it for you, aren't I?
That sounds
Selling-
awesome.
It sounds like a French studio actually helped get it produced.
Oh,
Ah,
nice.
yes, the French. They're very
No,
good
I
at
love
making anime.
Je peux français. Je parle français un peu.
I know a
The-
few French words too, okay?
Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire aujourd'hui?
Well, I don't know that many French words.
Croissant.
Croissant.
Dang.
Croissant. I even say it wrong. It's so bad. See, I don't even know French.
I did 5 years. And
Okay.
I still don't remember shit.
Hey, again, I'm a Japanese major. Throw other languages at me, and I'm like,
Nani?
Nani? Oh, Nani.
Aw, that's so cool. Sorry, we're nerding out. We're nerds.
Yes,
Oh.
that's true. Fucking weebs. God,
You're a weeb.
I refuse to
I feel
admit
like-
that.
Well, so far you are
He'll admit it someday.
living underneath it, so
Yeah, it is.
signs are there.
It is
You
beneath
just
me.
need to accept it,
Okay.
literally.
Okay. Okay. So I guess we will do that. Fushigi Yugi, we will be watching, and we will be talking about that show on the 13th of
Are you available?
February. That's 13th February.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. The 13th is a Saturday, unless I decided to one day just schedule us for a Friday. Just not tell you.
You can. I mean,
I'm not going to do that. I don't have Fridays.
He's like, no, that's
I have
not gonna happen.
My schedule. I have like 3 hours next Tuesday to do anything, and then that's
Why
Saturday.
are my lights freaking out? My son is fixing my light.
Oh.
Fixing is the word. Nice.
I don't know technology.
Okay, so we're gonna be watching Fushigi Yuki
Fushigi.
on the 13th of February. That's a Saturday, of course. 2 weeks from now.
Is it on Crunchy?
Is it on Crunchy?
So that's the only sad thing is that on Crunchyroll it's only English dubbed.
Ooh,
I know,
okay.
but that's the way I watched it.
Oh yes,
growing
the
up.
plebs who
Alright,
only watch
we'll
the
watch
English
it.
dub.
It is a little bit long.
Okay,
Oh, that's a couple
I'm
weeks
not-
away.
I'm not flipping
here's
you off.
the thing. We are only gonna watch and review the first season. How long is the first season?
Let me double check. Let's look. Let's do the look-ins.
I'm actually really excited.
You excited? No. I refuse to believe that.
Rude. No, Crunchy has Japanese. Sam just checked.
Oh, did they change it since last
They
time? Oh, it
changed it since
is!
last
Yay!
She's like, it is! Yay!
So it has
us subbers.
52 episodes in the first season, which is a
Holy
lot.
shit.
Yeah, we can
In the
do.
first season?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a season.
That's 95. Hello. This is
1995 had incorrect seasons.
So do
You
we
can't have
wanna do,
52 episodes in a
is there a
season.
good- can you think of a good stopping point halfway about?
The old
Yes,
style.
I'm looking. So give me.
It's in
We could
parables.
talk.
Jesus.
Terrible. Yeah, it is definitely. So. Maybe when they finally get everyone in the first conflict. Okay, it's still a lot of episodes. Like 24.
20. How long are the episodes?
They're about the normal anime. They're short.
20 minutes. 20
Yeah.
20 minutes? Okay. I was going to say, I don't know how long 20 minutes was in 1995, but...
Oh, I also could sing the beginning theme song for you.
Oh, God.
Do it!
No,
Do it!
No, he's good.
it's fine.
Later.
We might get a copyright strike. I don't want to risk it. Okay.
Hey, it's called a cover. We're
It's
not
true.
getting paid.
It's also called a sample, too. So.
Exactly. See, and you're not even an affiliate, so you're fine.
So it's fine. It's not a big deal. Well, I'm afraid that means that you're not an affiliate either. On this channel, anyways. You are actually an affiliate, though. But that's a different story. Anyways.
I'm thinking, yeah. Resolution is the ending episode, so I think that's a perfect spot.
That sounds like a very reasonable place to end. Resolution.
Okay.
You begin
Yeah,
at the
that's what I
beginning,
figured.
then you
Cool
go
with
until
that?
you get to the
Are
end.
you gonna be good, Jake?
Yeah, that'll probably be fine. 24. How many episodes?
24 episodes?
24?
Out
Oh,
of 52?
perfect.
I can do that at 2
22?
times speed.
I said
Perfect.
out of 52.
God, 52.
And that is only the first part of the story.
I'm actually really excited. I might watch it all.
So
And
I
Oh,
know
it's good.
Jake is busy. He's got his video game. He's got work.
I mean, that's
So-
fair.
I'm saving
That's
I'm
fair.
saving the universe from Chaos Wizards.
He is.
It's gonna be February, you know.
Yeah. Oh, don't remind me.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
Another.
13th of February, we're gonna be talking about Fushigi Yugi.
Are y'all
Um,
good with me getting a guest for that one? Like an extra guest?
Oh, like a
four?
person, like a
Yeah.
4 all around. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's great. That'd be lovely. More is a party and a few is a crowd. Whatever. So,
As long as we're under 6 in the same room. I'm just kidding.
will
I was
will
kidding.
Panda be
COVID rule.
joining us on the 13th? Will Mandy ever escape the disco that she is at?
No, I cannot.
Will we like
I don't know.
Fushigi Yugi? Find out on the 13th. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Have a lovely night. We will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Are you guys okay with that? Are you okay with that, Panda?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I
don't
I've never heard
find
of that
very
one.
many people who want to be interested in the anime that I'm interested in, so. But yeah, I tell people about this one all the time. Like, I own all the books. I've read all the sub-series. I just love Yu Itatse.